Part of the problem with this whole thing was, Tamar, is that I was never comfortable with the relationship that you and Mendeecees had in front of me, okay? All of that, you at the music video shoot in your booty shorts, sitting on top of him meeting us up at restaurants every time we met up, I was very uncomfortable with it. And if we gonna tell it,
So listen to this. Trying to ride for Tamar Braxton is absolutely exhausting. It'll straight up drain a person. And I'm saying that as someone who's genuinely tried to give her multiple chances, hoping she'd show a moment of real honesty just once. But here we are again, with Tamar caught up in yet another messy situation that's got everyone side-eyed. And this time, the drama's on a whole other level, way more twisted than anyone saw coming.
I want him to tell his own story. You know, I don't really like telling people's story. You should ask Mendeecees.
All right, let me set the scene, because this story has layer after layer, and each one hits harder than the last. We got to unpack this whole thing step by step, because it didn't start small. It blew up immediately. Everything kicked off when Tamar Braxton and Funky Dineva went head-to-head online. And when I say they were going at it, I mean a full-on digital war. Shade thrown left and right, slick captions popping up, cryptic posts appearing out of nowhere, the whole dramatic package. Every hour, it felt like a new jab landed. Meanwhile, fans were left scratching their heads like, wait, what's really happening? Who's telling the truth? Because both were posting completely different versions, turning the situation into a puzzle with pieces missing everywhere. But then Tamar took it to the next level. Out of nowhere, she didn't think. She claimed she nearly lost her life. Yes, she said it loud and clear, and that shocked everybody. The energy went from petty drama to full-on serious in seconds. She came forward talking about needing surgery, making it sound like something major and terrifying had happened. And then she started dropping heavy hints, real heavy, implying Funky Dineva had something to do with it. She didn't say his name outright, but everyone knew exactly who she meant. Meanwhile, Funky shut it down immediately. He went online saying, I have no idea what you're talking about. I had nothing to do with this. He made it clear he wasn't joking, even warning her to stop dragging his name into it. But did Tamar stop for a second? Nope. She doubled down, kept running the story, kept stirring the pot like it was boosting her attention. She threw subliminals, stretched the drama, and kept pushing like she wanted the spotlight to explode even bigger. And honestly, it was spinning out of control fast. So Funky finally said, okay, if this is the game you're playing, let me show you something. And when he mentioned he had receipts, he wasn't bluffing. He had details ready to drop. And the second he started speaking, the story flipped, because what he revealed brought menace into the mix. Yes, Ye's husband. The moment that name came up, everything escalated from a regular mess to a full-blown catastrophe. This wasn't just online drama anymore. It was a scandal shaking the whole space. So let's rewind and talk about what Tamar originally claimed happened, because the way she told it left everyone stunned. She said she woke up in a pool of blood, missing teeth, with zero memory of how it even happened, none at all. She said she didn't know who did it, didn't know what led to it, didn't remember anything, only that she woke up injured, bloody, and confused. Now here's where things exploded fast. Funky Dineva had been hanging out with Tamar the night before all this went down, so naturally, the internet did what it does best and immediately started pointing fingers. Fans were all over him like it has to be him. The comments were brutal, and let me tell you, the dragon was insane. People were calling him every name under the sun: womanizer, fake friend, dangerous, all kinds of wild accusations with zero proof. He was being painted as the villain before he could even open his mouth. And all the while, Funky was sitting there saying, I didn't do anything. I don't even know what happened. He even reached out to Tamar privately, asking her to speak up and clear his name. He wasn't begging, he just wanted the truth out there, because the internet had made him look like a monster overnight. But did Tamar defend him? Did she drop even one sentence to stop the chaos? Not at all. She stayed completely silent while the narrative spiraled. And why? Because the spotlight was all on her and she wasn't letting go. She wanted the attention, the curiosity, the sympathy, all of it. And if Funky had to take the hit for something he didn't do, she let it happen. Meanwhile, Funky kept repeating he had no clue what happened to her, standing firm on his innocence while the internet continued to freak out. He had nothing to do with it, not even close. But here's the crazy part. Tamar acted like Funky was just a speed bump on her way to grabbing more attention. She kept throwing shade, dropping vague comments, confirming that yes, something serious happened, that she did need surgery, but still refused to clear his name. She let him take blow after blow online while she stayed silent. Meanwhile, Funky was getting worn out, really worn out. He warned her more than once to stop playing with his reputation. He straight up told her, if you keep pushing this, I'm gonna expose you. I'll tell everyone what really happened. He gave her chance after chance to stop the nonsense. But Tamar didn't take him seriously. She thought he was bluffing, thought he wouldn't dare speak up, thought she could keep spinning her story with no consequences. Spoiler alert, he wasn't bluffing. Months went by, the drama cooled off, and everyone thought the story was over, but out of nowhere, Tamar reignited it, like she couldn't resist throwing gasoline on the fire again. She showed up for an interview on the Morning Hustle with Laurel. And honestly, she didn't need to do that. Nobody was begging for it, nobody was checking, but she still came ready to talk, ready to stir everything back up, basically poking the bear one more time. She answered old questions, reignited the pot, acting like the drama deserved a sequel. And during that interview, she didn't say Funky's name directly, but the way she described him made him sound like some ungrateful backstabbing friend. She laid it on thick, painting the whole picture like, I supported him, I celebrated him, and then he hurt me. She leaned heavily into that victim role. She even said, I came home as I would normally do, as if she were setting up some tragic movie scene. Then the interviewer switched to Menace, and Tamar claimed she didn't know him that well. She acted like they barely crossed paths, like he was just background noise, casual and unimportant. But here's the thing. Menace literally appeared in one of her music videos. There's footage of them together, smiling, hanging out, looking close. Fans at home were like, girl, what are you talking about? We see the receipts. They immediately warned her, saying, Tamar, Funky is not gonna like this. Because every time she downplayed or twisted the story, it was only a matter of time before Funky came back with full receipts. People straight up told her, you're playing with fire, and wow, were they right. Funky saw that interview and decided it was finally time to drag her, and I mean drag her, through the streets without hesitation. He came out and said, listen, I didn't follow Tamar home that night because she was already with a friend, and that friend looked more than capable of handling the situation just fine. And who was that friend? None other than Menace, Yee's husband. Yep, that's the name he dropped without hesitation. Funky claimed Tamar and Menace were together the entire night. He said the only time they separated was when cameras were around, just to make it look like they weren't that close. But according to him, everyone at V12, the spot they were at, already knew what was happening. It was an open secret, whispered about but never confirmed publicly. And then Funky went even further. He said that once the cameras were off, Tamar and Menace were all over each other during the ride to her place, full-on kissing, not just some innocent moment. And when Funky left, he claimed they hooked up. He laid it all out like he'd been holding back for months. And when he started spilling, the story blew up instantly. But hold up, it gets crazier because Funky said another man was involved that night. This was the same man Tamar later said found her unconscious the next morning. But Funky hinted this man didn't just find her. He suggested there might have been more going on between the three adults before things spiraled. And once he said that, the internet went wild with speculation. People started throwing out all kinds of theories. Some said it might have been a late-night hangout that got out of hand. Others claimed things went sideways between everyone involved. But nobody really knows. Only Menace and that third man know the truth. And the fact that there's an extra person in this story sent everyone spinning. Naturally, Tamar didn't let that slide. She hired a lawyer and dropped a statement. In it, she said the rumors were hurting multiple families and causing real damage, which, fair, public gossip can sting. But then she shifted tone and added that if the rumors kept spreading, someone would be held accountable. Translation, Funky, stop talking or we're heading to court. But Funky? Oh, he did not flinch. He fired back, saying her statement didn't intimidate him at all. He said he ain't scared of a lawsuit and that if she wants to take him there, he's ready to bring everything he knows. He genuinely believes Tamar started something she's not ready to finish. And honestly, the way he's talking, the confidence is loud. Standing firm, zero hesitation. Of course, not everyone buys Funky's side. Some think he might be exaggerating. Maybe he heard things secondhand. Maybe he interpreted the night differently. The streets are divided and everyone has their own theory about who's telling the truth. But one thing is certain, this saga keeps getting messier and the details are getting tangled by the minute. And here's where it really flipped. After Funky stood his ground, people who were around that night started whispering. Social media users popped up saying, "I was there," or "I saw Tamar leaving with people outside her usual circle." Suddenly, everyone had a memory to share, and the streets were buzzing. Then someone claiming to work at V12 jumped in, hinting that Menace wasn't acting like just a friendly guest. That comment alone reignited the story because now everyone wondered if way more went down behind the scenes than originally thought. But the real shocker? A few fans dug up old clips and photos showing Tamar, Menace, and that third guy at the same events before. Not too close, but close enough to raise questions. People started asking, was this really just one chaotic night, or had something been brewing for a while? The theories came fast and loud. And while all of this was blowing up, Tamar hopped online, posting motivational quotes, acting like nothing was happening. But everyone could tell she was dodging the heat, because every time Funky spoke, it added another twist, and fans were watching her pages like detectives, waiting for the next move. At this point, the whole situation felt like a reality show with missing episodes. Fans were tagging both of them nonstop, demanding answers, connecting dots, debating who was lying, who was exaggerating, and who was about to crack under the pressure. But here's the thing. When Funky told his side, his tone gave everything away. He didn't sound like someone making up drama just to get clicks. He sounded frustrated, annoyed, and completely done holding anything back. It felt like he finally spilled everything because he was tired of staying quiet while people dragged his name for something he insists he didn't do. And real talk, a lot of people actually believe him. Why? Because this isn't the first time Tamar's been caught up in rumors about being too close to men who already had partners. First there was Jermaine Dupri's father, allegedly, and now Menace. So folks are looking at it like, okay, maybe there's a pattern here. And honestly, Tayonda tried to warn everyone about Tamar's behavior a while back. She wasn't exaggerating about the chaos that follows her. So now it's on you. Do you think Tamar and Menace had something going on? Or do you think Funky misread what he saw that night and the story got blown way out of proportion? At this point, the story has so many layers that everyone's picking their own side. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let the conversation go off, because this situation is far from simple. And listen, if you stuck with us through this wild ride, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe.